Hello everyone. Today I'm going to make tutorial how to make vertical slice of the game in Unreal Engine, and as an example I'm going to use Flappy Bird. So I'm going to show how to implement game mechanics, art, sounds, scoring system, and game over condition and start title screen. And let's first look at the Flappy Bird gameplay. So there is a IGN video. I'm going to mute it, and this is the gameplay. So there is pipes, there is a bird, you tap on the screen and bird flies. So this is the title screen. So Flappy Bird, there is a bird here, start and score, and then you click the start, it will show get ready and some instruction, tap instruction essentially. So score is here, and then you tap, birds goes up, then you're not tapping, it's goes down, and you have to go between tubes. As soon as you pass the tube, score is going to increase. If you hit the tube, it will show you game over. Game over. And then it will show your score and best score. And I think if you beat the best score, it will give you a medal. So this is vertical slice. So we'll go press OK and then go to the title screen and everything begins. So let's get started. I'm using Linux, but you can use any OS for Alexa, stop. You scared me. Okay, so let's start Unreal Engine 5. So I'm going to use version 5.2 Linux, but you can use any OS, Windows, Linux, or Mac OS. So we are going to create new game. We are going to call it Flappy Bird. It's going to be C++. For desktop, minimum, no standard content, no ray tracing. Actually, I should do blank though. So let me do blank. So I'm going to delete the game. Going to delete it, and let's start again. Unreal Engine 5. Game, blank game, C++, Flappy Bird, create. Okay, so we have Flappy Bird, and I'm going to open it in Unreal Engine. Following modules are now, do you want to rebuild? Yes. So I'm going to create new level, which would be empty level, create, and I'm going to save it and call it gameplay level. So now we will start with the gameplay. So then you're making the game. First thing what you have to focus is on the gameplay, which seems to be easy idea, but I heard a lot of times people are actually starting the making game from the title screen, which is not the game, or some of people even making for some reason game launcher, you know, like or like Origin or Epic Launcher or Steam, which is also not the game. The most important thing of the game, it's a gameplay. So then you're making game, your main focus and first priority is implement the gameplay of the game. So in gameplay requires the burn, and let's make the bird. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to create the bird here, and it is going to be, so we can have a character or pawn, and character in Unreal Engine is usually for something like a walking. So I feel pawn is more appropriate class, or even we can do actor, but pawn I think the most appropriate class for Flappy Bird. So we will make the bird based on the pawn, and we will call it bird and create class. So this is the text, and it's going to open Visual Studio Code for this thing. You can use Visual Studio, of course. I kind of prefer to use Emacs, so I'm going to close Visual Studio and open Emacs. So, and we have bird here. It is complaining here about compilation error, and what I need to do, I need to have I need to set up this thing. So usually I just copy it from my previous projects. So I have golden orb, for example, and I should have deer locals. So I'm going to copy it to here and update this file. So there is a bunch of golden orbs, and what I want to do, I'm going to update this thing, Flappy Bird. Okay, so let's see. It is still complaining. It does not PCH, so I need to set up this file, build file, appropriately. So what we need to do, we need to disable Unity build and private PCH header files. Something like this, and copy precompiled headers like this. And I also have build script for Linux. You do not need to have it, so it's just a bash script which builds my project. So you do not need to do this thing. I'll just going to set up in my Emacs. And yeah, we need also UE5 file, golden orb, source golden orb, patch. So UE5, it just for some reason null ptrt is not declared, so I'm just declaring it. So now we should be good, I think. Okay, so I have quality of life stuff. I don't think I will I have a quality of life plugin. I don't think I will demo it in this project. It's pretty good plugin. I made it by myself, and it makes my life way easier. But I think this is a kind of vanilla version, more or less vanilla version. And what I'm setting up right now, it's you do not need to do this thing. It just kind of my workflow that I'm doing in Emacs, and Unreal Engine have pretty good setup for Visual Studio Code, so you can just do it in Visual Studio Code. Okay, it's compiled and it's happy. So I'm going to go in project settings and set up copyright notice, and what we usually do, we put 2023 copyright makeup pi. So it will automatically add this line, then you are auto-generating source code. So for example here it says fill out, and we can put this thing. So now it is more or less happy. It's complaints about this one and this one, which is not big deal. So generated files has to be always last one, so I'm just putting space here so it would not use it for putting these things in the alphabetical order. Also, I like to have Unreal Engine includes in triangle brackets. So we have a bird, and we need the mesh for it, and let's do it in Blender. So let's see how bird looks like. So probably here, and we need to make wings also rotate. So let's go and make a bird. So this is the front view, and I am going to split it in half and delete this part. Yeah, and add the mirror modifier here. Yeah, so let's make the bird. I guess I should enable clipping, right? So this is eyes, and I think redo. Too much undo, redo. So this is wings. All right. Okay. So I think this wing should be slightly this direction, and I feel like this line should be slightly bigger. I'm wondering if I should make like this wider eyes, so like big. So you can see I am doing like some technique called time lapse, and it is like not the point of teaching you how to do Blender. It is just like a showing kind of very rough idea how to do game development using Unreal Engine and Blender combo. So so we have a rough model of the bird, and I think we will also texture it in Blender. I will do just color for bird, and also we will do animation for the bird. So let's call it SM burn, and SM stands for static mesh, and I actually want to do not the static mesh, but skeletal mesh. So we call it SK in this case. Stands for skeletal, and we need to make a skeleton, and I think it would have just body and the wing, and we will animate the wing. So we are going to add the armature, single bone, and I'm going to edit it, so we will have it like this. So maybe and do same thing for here. Okay, and then we will bird armature. So we will parent things. Automatic weights. So let's go in the pause mode, and let's see. Not sure what's going on. Object mode. So I think I need to apply mirror modifier, right? Pause mode, and probably I should unparent and parent it back. So clear parent and parent with automatic weights. Select this guy, go to pause mode. Now we can control the burn, and we will do simple animation. So I think 1 second loop would be good enough, so we will put 30 frames here, and let's go to frame 30. So I'm terrible at animating things, so let's do frame 15 up. So I have no idea. Let's see. It's kind of horrible. I think the problem is in the let's look at the graph editor. So there is like a easing here, and probably I should do it like this. Yeah, I think that's better. So now I feel it should be like a twice faster. So let's do 15. Yep, I think that's good. So get in the object mode, and I'm using plugin called Send to Unreal. You can find it on internet. Just Google for it. Send to Unreal. Send to Unreal. So this is the plugin. It's actually by Epic Games, so it's official plugin. So you and it's very easy to use. So there is instruction how to use it, and I'll just go through it without too much explanation. You just follow the instruction. So you need to enable remote execution, and also enable Python plugin to make it work. And set up settings because it goes to untitled, and so I call things first party and put everything inside the first party. So use origin, I set it here. There is in our things I do face, here's moving, and I think that's it. And now I can press send to Unreal, but first I'll save this file. And usually what I do, I create directory here called assets, and let's call this thing assets as well. Assets blender, save. So now I can send to Unreal, and it is hotkey. I set up hotkey Alt U, but just press here and it should go to Unreal. So we should have, I misspelled things. It's okay. So we have animation. It's a 30 seconds. I wonder why it's a 30 seconds though. 15 seconds here. Top sheet. 15 seconds. Oh no. It's crashed. Such a fun. I did not crash Unreal Engine for a long time. I do not know why it is not doing 15 frames. And yeah, let's fix the also typo here. First party, bird, skeletal mesh, and animation. And for some reason it is frames long. Source file. Number of sample, it says 30 and I cannot do anything with it. There is a start and end. How I can make it shorter? Duration. That's ridiculous. Anyways, let's save everything. And let's open the level, gameplay level. Also, let's set up in maps and models. Gameplay level. So we have bird animation, we have bird material. So let's do coloring for the bird. So let's do quick UVing for it, and I'll do very quick UV for the bird. So object mode. So let's go to UV editing, and let's do smart UV project. That's it. And create a new, and let's call it T bird. Darn. Do T bird, and let's do UV green. So go to material preview and have a material here, call it amber, go to shading graph and select this guy, drop it here, set the color. Yep, so now we have, let's go to texture paint and let's paint it. So it is mostly yellow, white eyes and red mouth, right? So let's take the yellow color and paint it. Let me just color everything with yellow. Okay, so red mouth. So bottom is little bit darker, right? So let's do white eyes and dark toward here. Bottom little bit darker yellow. It is too dark. Yeah, like this. I'm a little bit bothered with animation settings. It's like it was always headache for me to figure out animation in between Blender and Unreal Engine, and yeah, it is kind of messed up. So, and white wing, right? So it's kind of a little bit yellow, but mostly white. Maybe more white. Yeah, like this. And you know, probably I'll add the one more modifier here, which is going to be subdivide modifier, and also we will make it shade smooth. Yeah, look at this beautiful burn. Oh my god, that's pretty good. So save and texture paint, this one also save. So image, save, assets, tbird png, and let's do directly in the context, first party tbird png, save image, import, and we have material and we burn, and so there is an embed here. It says non embed. Okay, and for this guy, we are going to have texture, which is this one. And connect here. Delete this guy. Save. And we have a burn, and it's going to be animated. The bird is cursed. I guess I'll fix the mouth. I guess it will. Yeah, I'll fix the mouth. How I can pick the color? Okay, so we have a bird, and now we are going to add. So first of all, all these things are private. This thing also private, and it's final. So we are going to have skeletal mesh. So use skeletal mesh component star bird. And what we need to include, it is a component skeletal mesh component, and I think I'll include it here, and I'll call it class here. So in the constructor, we need to construct this thing, and the way to construct it is create default sub object, I think. Yeah, create default sub object, and then you do u skeletal mesh component, and you give it a name, and its name is burn. Create default sub object. Why you're not happy? No matching member function to call. Let's try to compile. Okay, it's compiled, so there is no reason to complain. Now we are going to set root component burn, and we should have pawn class called burn. And yeah, we did not assign the mesh. So bird set skeletal mesh. Let me disable autosave. Project setting. It's not project setting. It's editor preferences. Enable autosave. Okay. Set skeletal mesh. And this is would like my plugin quality of life become handy, because with my quality of life plugin, it's very easy to add assets here, and it's a little bit harder without plugin. So I'm going to look up implementation of my plugin, and it's called Option Finder. And what we essentially trying to do, constructor helper, option finder, and path to asset. So like we need to do essentially this thing, and path to asset, and here it is use skeletal mesh. Yeah, and now we need to put the here, which is this one. So we do copy reference, plop it here, and I believe we do not need this thing, and we do not need this part, so it should be actually I think it should be like this, maybe. Let's see. So classes. Oh, okay, so we have a burn. We need light, so let's place directional light here. Sky atmosphere, skylight, and sky sphere, sky atmosphere, maybe skylight. Okay, so directional light, I'm confused. Okay. Okay, we need to add the animation to the burn, and we have a bird root component. So there is a mesh and animation mode and animation class. So we need to set up animation mode and animation class for it. So bird set animation mode, and we can have blueprint, single node, and custom node. So animation mode, animation custom mode. So animation mode, animation custom mode. Okay. And bird set. I do not remember. I probably should search. I do not know where to search though. Maybe ordi. No. Virtuality. Nope. Let's ask ChatGPT. Maybe ChatGPT knows how to set animation for the skeletal mesh in UE5 in C++. So if I'll drop the character here, so I have custom mode, so use custom mode, use animation asset, anim to play. Okay, so it's not custom mode, it is animation single node, and then anim to play. Set animation asset. Set animation. I think it just set animation. Set animation. And we would do this abomination, which would skeletal mesh. Copy reference. And we call it uanim sequence. I think it should work. So let's delete this guy and drag and drop. Use animation asset, and it did not say anim to play. Maybe there is some errors. I think I know where it is. You know where it is? It is in fall. Nope. Animation blueprint, animation class. I feel like a set animation should work, but an animation play function. So I feel set animation should work, but it does not. Set animation instance class. So we can do this way. So we do animation blueprint, and it's based on the bird. BP bird anim, and just do it this way. Compile, right? And and now we just do set animation set animation instant class, set animation instance class, and u constructor helpers f class finder u anim instance class, and here set animation instance, set anim instance class, and here it is animation blueprint, like this. So now grab the burn, put it here, animation class none. Shall I do it like this? Okay. So and we should make it looping. Where's the burn? Why it's not looping? Looping. So we have a burn. Now we should, I guess we should add to the bird camera, and I feel camera should be the root object. So so let's do camera. So let's do camera component camera create default sub object u camera component camera, and burn, we attach burn. And how we attach? So we have hero here, character, set up attachment. So bird set up attachment root component set relative location vector. So it should be, I have no idea how it should be. I'm going to 0, 100, 0. I do not know. We will figure out. So we have camera, we have a bird. Where is the camera though? Bird is ginormous. Bird is ginormous. I should scale bird. So it's a 3 meters long. So probably I should scale it 10 times. I guess I scale it in the cone. Set relative location, set scale 3D. Scale component. There is no scale. Set component scale. Get component scale. Huh. What the heck? Set relative. Set relative scale 3D. Okay, set relative scale 3D. 1. Okay, so camera looks at the red one, which is so okay, and we need to rotate bird 90 degrees. If I rotate this thing, I'm not sure if it's gonna work. Oh, it did work. Okay, so we are going to put player start. Let's put it on 0, 0 and do minus 90 degrees like this. And game mode, it's set to default pawn. So we are going to say in our game mode public a Flappy bird game mode base. So we are going to override and say default pawn class equals bird.h a bird static class. What's going on? No viable overload. Okay, so now we can start, and I'm not seeing the burn. For some reason it's still default pawn. Hey, it is working now. So I guess bird has to be further away. So let's do 400. Yeah, I think that's good. So we are recording for 1 hour and 40 minutes. I think I will call it part 1, and we will continue next time because it's kind of late and I'm really tired. So let's call it part 1. And what we did, we made the model of the bird, we added the animation to it, and we set up the camera. So that's it. So it looks like this now. Okay, see you in the part 2 of this tutorial. Bye.